Find a comfortable, easy posture where you just feel like your skeleton is supporting you. It can start with letting your feet rest flat on the floor with your knees above your ankles, legs hip distance apart. If you move your buttocks in such a way so that you're lifting the fatty tissue of the buttocks away from the spine, you can feel the sits bones sink into the chair. That will allow your spine to have a more comfortable place to rest. So your chest can open, your neck can rest easy. Let your hands be soft. With your eyes closed, just bring your attention to your breath. Notice how the breath feels, how it's moving in your body right now. There's no need to change the breath, though noticing it, observing it will likely change it in some way. With each inhalation, feel a gentle expansion of lung capacity. Let this be gentle so you're not overstretching the lungs. Just softening into a gradually expanded inner space. So at the end of each inhalation, see if you can breathe in just slightly more deeply, and at the end of each exhalation, soften into that stillness. And let the next breath be extra deep, extra full. Just expanding into that space. And at the end of that exhalation, notice there's stillness. There's a pause before the breath begins moving again of its own accord. And at the end of the next exhalation, allow your awareness to move gently into that stillness, into the spaciousness of that open pause. With each pass through the middle of the breath, allow your awareness to move even deeper into that, surrender to that pause. It may begin to feel at some point that you are floating in stillness as the breath moves through you. There's movement and there's stillness. Movement and stillness. And you may be able to experience both at the same time. Some people find it helpful to repeat the sound hamsa with the breath. Hum as you inhale, sa as you exhale. At your own pace and speed, it may be slow, it may be fast, let it be what it is. At the end of that, notice that stillness, that pause, surrender to it. Hamsa, I am that. That I am. At the end of the next exhalation, bring your awareness to your heart center. It may feel visual to you, it may feel more kinesthetic. It may just be that you have a vague impression of your heart center, and all of that is just fine. As you continue repeating the sound hamsa with the breath, also pay attention to the sensations in the heart center. Just notice what's happening there. On the next exhalation, allow that heart center to expand within you, just gently, gently expanding, so that it takes up more territory in your being. Allow that heart center, become aware of it expanding outside your being. And beginning to touch the edges of the heart center of those around you. Become aware of that heart center space, expanding even further to include the hearts of those with whom you share your life, until those edges begin mingling into each other. Become aware of that heart center expanding in front of you and behind you, to the right and to the left, above and below, like a star, radiating, expanding, or blossom dropped into a still pool of water. It's expanding. Become aware of the edges of your heart center expanding even further to touch the edges of the hearts of those in your community. In your state. Become aware of the edges of your heart center expanding in front and behind, above and below, to the right and the left, to include and touch the edges of the hearts of those in the region, the southeast region of the United States, the northeast region, the Midwest, the Intermountain West, the Southwest, the coastal West, the Northwest. Allow your heart center to expand. Become aware of how it is expanding. Just imagine, feel what this feels like for the edges of your heart to expand large enough. It embraces the entire North American continent. The South American continent. Europe and Asia. The Middle East, the Pacific Islands, Russia, Antarctica, Greenland, Norway. Scandinavia, Europe, the South Pole. Become aware of your heart center expanding to hold the entire world, shimmering blue diamond, marbled white and blue and green. Become aware of your heart center expanding. Cradling this blue and green and white marble of a planet floating in an infinite, spacious ocean of potential. Just allow the breath to come in easy as you take a moment to thank yourself, offering your silent appreciation for those with whom you share your life and life itself. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope you're taking good care of yourself. The work that you're doing is appreciated and needed.